Hello and welcome. And today I'm going to talk about my tips for buying a sewing machine. So first question you need to ask yourself, what I'm going to use this sewing machine for? Am I a total beginner? Am I a professional dressmaker? Am I a quilter? Do I like embroidery? So what your future machine have to have and what you don't bother about? What functions do you want? You want a buttonhole function, you want fancy stitches, or you just want a straight, good quality stitch? So you have a clear idea of what you want of your sewing machine. So after you've decided what machine you want, the next step will be to think about your budget. So you need to ask yourself a question, how much money I'm prepared to pay for my machine. So, because nowadays you can buy something that is very cheap or very expensive. So you need to know, you need to be clear what machine, what price, and if you can afford to buy the machine that you want. And another thing to think about, where you're going to buy. Is that a store or online? If you're buying online, you need to do research. You need to watch videos on your machine, so you're familiar, you're certain, you know what machine you're buying. And you're reading reviews. But if you want to try your machine, then you need to go to the store and see if they have your machine that you want available. Or you can speak to shop assistant and they might advise you with a range they've currently got, and you can try different machines. And after buying a machine, then you can attend free classes where you get familiar with your machine. I had classes for my machines and I find it's very, very useful, especially if you have any problem after buying your machine. You know where to go. You go back to your store, and if for servicing you're also going to the same people. So that is beneficial of buying a machine from a store. So what I will be looking at while purchasing a sewing machine? Of course, quality of machine is very important. How do you see quality? Well, your sewing machine needs to be heavy. If you look at Bernina, it's not that big machine, but it is very, very heavy. And what it means, it has a very good quality plastic cover. It can push through, sew through heavily fabrics. So heavy machines means they are good quality. Another thing I would look is a presser foot. So you have a standard foot that comes with the machine, same with Brother. So they're standard fit. I use them most of the time when I do sewing. You have a few more feet that comes with the machine. You see, so that is a buttonhole foot. You have a zipper foot. You have a few tools. But you might want to buy additional feet that not comes with the machine. So you can have a look in the store and decide which foot you want. So for example, I bought, as I do free motion quilting, so I bought a free motion foot for my Bernina. What comes with my Brother is sewing an embroidery machine. So I have embroidery foot that's attached to a machine. I have dual feed foot. So this came with machine. It feeds a fabric through very evenly. It's to work with heavy fabrics or slippery with difficult fabrics. A very, very useful foot. I would advise, if it doesn't come with your machine, if you feel you need it, so you know you can purchase it separately. So as I said, some feet are included, like standard zipper, buttonhole, but if you want some other additional feet, you can buy it in a store. Another thing to look at is pedals. Pedals are, some of them are easier to use than others, so you can try it in a store. If for some reason you can't use pedals, there is a stop-start button. Me personally, I don't use this button because I like to use, have my hands have a full control over fabric when I move it, so I use a pedal. But this button, there is a place for it. You have bobbin winder, you have a threader. So to thread my Bernina, I just press this mechanism down. A brother has button for automatic threading. It's cutting threads as well. So there is a different useful functions. So you need to decide which ones are important for you. Do you want fancy stitches, or both of my machines have lots of stitches. Brother had much more because it's embroidery machine, and Bernina, it has like basic fancy stitches, if I can say that. But I mostly use my Bernina for straight stitches. It's entry-level machine, but it gives me very good straight stitches, very good quality, so I'm satisfied. But it's two totally different machines, so you need to decide what is more important to you, what you want of your machine. So all these things I've listed are very important to me. So look at the quality of a machine when you're buying it, if you feel comfortable with your pedals, what feet are included in your machine, weight of a machine, so that's all important, and the budget. And if you are my customer, and if you would ask, how much money should I spend on my machine? It's not easy to answer. I would probably say £1,000, starting from £1,000, because it just gives you more value for money. It gives you a good quality stitch, because what you don't want to be put off from sewing if you buy cheap sewing machine. And of course, if you buy a more expensive sewing machine, that gives you all the functions I've just talked about. And if you are not prepared to spend £1,000, which is absolutely fine, perhaps you could look at a second-hand sewing machine. You can buy it online, just be a bit cautious, because you make sure they've got all the parts. But you can buy from sewing store. If you look at pre-loved sewing machines, they sometimes have good range. They were expensive ones, but after time they become cheaper, so you can spend less. And then see if after time you still feel passionate about sewing, you want to progress, and you can perhaps save up. Then you can buy a more expensive new sewing machine. So that's it from me. Thank you for watching. And when it comes to a decision to buy a sewing machine, I hope you make a right decision. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.